to the third session of the option class hosted by OKX and SignalPlus. Today, fortunately, we have invited several team leaders and traders to be in this session to share what's their how did they trade, or what's their strategy, and how did they get into the options trading. And so to start with, the OKX SignalPlus King of Option Trading competition has already started, and there's up to 115,000 prize pool to be won. So remember to join now and win the prizes. And yeah, it's very happy to be able to invite all four of you to be in this sharing session. So maybe I'll let you guys to introduce yourself first. Let's start with you, AK. Yeah.
Yeah, hi. I'm happy to be here as well. This competition has been great. So about me, it happened around 2022 when I had a class in derivatives. I was still studying uni back then. So I was a spot trader, back in 2022. Everybody was still focusing on the metaverse as well. And that was what I was mainly trading on. But as you know, the prices all went negative 90% and everything is just irrelevant and my money just evaporated. And before that, I heard about options, but I was still quite doubtful about it because from all the horrors I've seen from Reddit, from Wall Street Bets. But during the class, I learned that actually options is pretty flexible when it comes to trading. And my lecturer has been going on about it, about how there's different ways to trade. So my first experience with option was probably starting by long options. I start with straddles for Bitcoins, and from there, I start to learn also about volatility. And it has been doing great since, for 2022, Bitcoin was down a lot. And of course, my straddles has been profiting from the volatility as well. Yeah, that's about me.
Okay, cool. It seems that you are a long volatility trader, and I think there has to be some different in strategies after all these days. I mean, yeah, end of 2022, it's a disaster if you're a long vol. What about you, Money? How did you get into options, and yeah, why did you get into here?
Yeah, so
Okay, so yes.
when my sorry, you can speak.
So yes, hi, this is Money. I've been in crypto from like 2016, 2017, and doing spot trading and going through all those failure times and everything, and I've still managed to be alive here. So yes, I'm happy, and I was into like spot trading, NFTs, and like lots of different hypes. But like when I came into like options, I found it like really flexible and good, and like learning from all of you guys was like a totally different experience for me, and I'm still going through all of these things with you guys. So yes, yeah, that about me.
Yeah, awesome. So we have got a NFT trader getting into options. So what about you, Luke? Maybe get the audience to know about you.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm a crypto options Luke. I traded spot futures for years and then found options are better tools to utilize my prediction and control the risk. So actually in the past I was an executive strategy director in a few tech companies and took a step towards to a full-time option trader this year. I'm still learning and hope I can grow in terms of trading skills with everyone together. And normally choose safe strategies to do arbitrage. Good, really nice to know everyone here.
Yeah, thanks, Luke. And yeah, Luke is the team leader of a team. So maybe after that, we can also like look into how does this team look like. And last but not least, April, you can also introduce yourself, like how you get into options.
Okay, thank you, Marcos. I get into options end of 2022, and after the FTX saga, in November, the market was basically not moving. So I heard from my friend that there is a way to trade volatility, and the profit if the market is not moving. Then I start to learn about options and figure out a set of strategies to trade volatility in sideways or volatile markets. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, thanks, April. And now I believe that our audience are get to know you guys, and so maybe we can go into deeper. Like before joining options or other than trading options, what do you guys do in crypto? For example, maybe spot trading or maybe doing some leverage trade. And when you're doing these few different stuff in crypto, how do you feel? How is it different from options trading? Also, when you're after you have joined this OKX and SignalPlus trading competition, how do you feel it's different from what you were doing normally? Yeah, maybe AK, you can start first.
Yeah, sure. So previously, like I said, when it comes to spot trading, I'm pretty sure everybody does the same thing. You find like maybe 10 or 20 metaverse coins or maybe coins on crypto gaming, and then you put a few money here and there, and you hope one of them 1000x and get back all your ROI. So basically that was what I was doing, as a beginner trader. I didn't really know much. I was just following the hype. But after I know about options, then things change a lot, that there are advantages to options as well is I am able to take a non-directional trade or non-directional view on the market. If I predict that the market is staying flat, I can just short a strangle and profit from the premiums of the contracts. I'm able to trade vols as well. That's what I've been doing recently. And allow me to hedge my deltas where I wouldn't be that much affected by the movement in the market, and I'm trading just on volatility has been a new aspect that I've been very interested in, and I'll be focusing on that as well. So I've been doing that for a while now, since the start of the year when Bitcoin pushed up to 30,000 and now it's back down to trading around 25. But for this competition, instead of focusing on volatility and all that, I'm focusing more on volumes as that's how you win the competition, right? So I've been trading a lot of butterfly spreads. I've been using the charts from the IV, RV, just trying to manage my risk management while trying to rack up some volumes, as you don't want to take a loss on your trades and maybe you won the competition, but if my P&L is negative, then that would defeat the purpose. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing, mainly on risk management.
So it seems that we have a very safe option trader here. And yeah, Luke, you are also a very experienced option trader. What do you see in this like competition, and what do you do other than options trading?
Okay. For this trading competition, because it's only take trading volume into account, so I believe it's very important to safeguard premium, to get liquidity.
Luke, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Oh
Yeah, it's good now. It's good now.
Oh, it's good. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
it's good now. Yes.
Okay.
It's not working again. It's not working again.
Oh my God. Okay. Let me try to find my earphone, so maybe you can check
Okay.
without it.
Yeah. While waiting for Luke, yeah, Mandy, maybe you can tell us more about your NFT tradings or yeah, other crypto stuff you've done before.
Yeah, so guys, yes. I've been going to lots of vibes, like even the NFTs, Azukis, all those lands, like the border plans when it launched. So everything was like, and the flipping of ENS domains. I really like so many things, like whatever it was going on. I jumped into those things and trying to make some things, except the meme coins, where I totally lost the game. Like, nah, that's not for me. But like, yes, that was about mainly about spot trading and also like some futures where I got liquidated, and I said, nah, futures were like really, really, really. I found it like really messy. So, but yes, all those things it's like different from options. And before I just like used to look at the token economics and all those things, projects, and like finding all the like the supply and stuff. But like now I'm just look at the different in realized and implied volatility as well as the market sentiment in like options and for the competitions. mm, yes, I find it like really interesting, and it pushes me with my team. And yes, it's like not that different. Like I find it like really good. Okay, so Marcus.
Yeah, thanks. It seems that you have a tough time in crypto, and now hope that all the risk management or experience in options trading could help you to get into a next level in trading. So maybe April, you can also talk about your past experience in crypto as well.
Yes, I'm also a Bitcoin and NFT holder. For example, I have been very busy in the recent BRC20 hype. Spot NFT meme coin trading are very different from options trading. NFT meme trading are more about how to do research and become the first one to get into the next hype token. However, options is more about how to structure portfolio, and it is less directional or price oriented. It is also very different from trading competition, as I have to study the rules and figure out how to get the most out of the existing rules.
Yeah, cool. So it seems that you have gone through all the rules there. And yeah, lastly, Luke, how about you?
Can you hear me better?
Yes, it's works now. It works now.
Okay, great. Actually, I manage an exchange business in Europe and America in the crypto world. So was not a trader, but more like a manager of exchange. So my previous job is to push others to do it instead of trading by myself. But recently, I'm also learned a lot about how to trade by myself. Uh, for this trading competition, because it only takes trading volume into account, so I believe that we need to place orders wisely to bump our trading volume and keep our premium safe. So also will talk something about my strategy in the later section. Marcus?
Cool. That's cool. And so let's go into the competition. I believe that you guys have all traded for a bit and trying to get a good ranking in the competition. So what strategy are you using or will you use in order to earn more profit in the competition? Yeah. Yeah, let's start from AK.
Yeah, so the strategy that I've been focusing on currently is butterfly, because it allows me to limit my risk while taking some views on the market, and I'm able to hedge my risk as well. So now that the volatility is low, I may long some options, considering options are relatively cheap right now before the volatility spikes up during the June CPI release. But recently Bitcoin has been quite unreactive to the market. It might not even react as well. So I think it's pretty important for you to manage your risk, ensure that you're judging your P&L correctly as well. Yeah, but that's what I'm focusing on right now.
So you are now trying to short volatility, but yeah, I believe that you will be having some good strategies to do risk management because just now is some some potential black swan has happened. So yeah, hope that you have a nice risk management.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important. If not, it'll become like my coins with all my NFTs and all my metaverse, which are deemed worthless now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what about you, Luke? What will be your strategy throughout the competition?
For me, I mainly play the cross-exchange arbitrage because in some other exchanges that are for OKX, the seller side is stronger than the buyer side, so you can buy the better price in other exchange and then sell it on OKX. At the same time, you can hedge all your risk, almost all your risk, by the strategy. So I believe this is quite good risk management to increase your trading volume. And actually, I made a YouTube video about it. So if you want to check more details, you can go to my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel's name is same as my name, Crypto Options Luke. And also, I have my team, Skywalker. You can join my team, my Telegram group, so we can discuss more in details.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. It's very interesting that we can actually take the price difference, difference in premium between different exchanges. Yeah, that's a very interesting idea, and I believe audiences can also try to replicate this trade. What about you, Money? What are you trying to do in this competition? And yeah, how are you trying to profit from it?
Okay, so my strategy to trade option is always buy the dip when volatility is low. And as you know, the volatility has been pretty low in like May and June. So I'm going to buy some out of the money options from time to time. This is also a good strategy in competition as out of the money options are cheap so that I can get a lot of volume while doing my original strategy. And like in the competition to get more volume and get like good use of margin, I might also sell some option that is more out of the money. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, cool. You are actually quite different from the from AK and Luke in terms of strategy. You're actually longing volatility. You have your own view. It's quite interesting. And yeah, it's very similar to buying lottery tickets. When you win once, you'll be winning a lot. I think you should also have been profiting from the previous events around regulators and SEC. Yeah, so what about you, April? What have you been doing during the competition?
As we need more trading volume in the trading competition, so I'm trying to get some short spread over different strike price and the expiration days. Like for example, getting a short put spread by selling ETH puts at 1800 and buy ETH puts at 1700. By doing so, I would be able to short volatility as we have been in a sideways market for a month where I am getting insurance in case the price moves by a lot. Also, when I open and close my position, I will get full ETH of a volume straight away.
Cool. So we have a spread trader here, trading different spread, and yeah, as to get along with the volatility strategies. That's also very interesting. And so, as we see from the previously, there's some problem around SEC and some other crypto firms because regulators are trying to go very, very hard into the different firms or exchanges. And if things are going worse, black swan might happen. Yeah. So your strategies might be affected. Like if you're always shorting volatility, suddenly there's a great dump happening. So under this current market, how will your strategy looks like? And if black swan event really happens, like previously FTX, will your strategy be affected? Yeah, let's start with Luke. So if you're doing cross-exchange arbitrage, how are you going to prevent some black swan event from happening? And how would the strategy be looking like?
Yeah, actually, because I have
call strategy and put strategy at the same time. So most of the time we see 95% or more risk that I have. So even though there is some black swan events happening, I'm doing okay, I have to say.
Okay, that's a good risk management. Then always getting some more margin so that to prevent getting liquidated. How about your AK?
Yeah, for black swans, most of the time we are able to, I believe we should be able to see it coming, like let's say even COVID, before even the lockdown and then the market all crashes, we should be able to see them coming. So since that this news is out, we are still not sure about the progress of the lawsuit. Maybe I will hedge my risk and I may even long volatility for now and maybe do some straddles along the way as you would not know the direction. If the lawsuit were to end up as a failure, maybe Bitcoin might bull or rally, we will never know. So I think it's best to still manage your risk, using the smart dealing, look at your P&L and look at your risk scenario from the SignalPlus chart as well. I think using all those to help you gauge your risk and look at the news often, read the news often. I think that will help also.
Yeah, thanks, AK. So what about money? When you're doing some long OTM options, are you going to benefit greatly from it? Or would that be any change in your strategies?
Okay, so I mean, yes, for now the market is like more bearish, so calls are cheaper now. So I would be more on the call side. And if bullish signal is confirmed, I might also get into some risk reversal, like means short put and long call. And about this as you see and also you think as all you all know what Nasib Taleb, the former option trader, and he made like a big money out of like Black Swan event. If anything happens, as I'm holding both long call and put, if Black Swan happens, I'll be very happy as my put will be in huge profit. So yeah, Black Swan, it helps make big money.
That will be very. I mean, you should be the one hoping for Black Swan happening. Yeah.
Actually, my strategy looks pretty decent, even though yesterday's news caused some volatility to the downside. But it is exactly what I was doing spread for. To be honest, my strategy is exactly longing IV as well. As the news has caused the hedging sentiment, many traders start to buy puts to prevent downside losses. IV has actually gone up and my positions are in profit. However, if things go worse, I might change my strategy into long candle spread, as in buying options with closer expiration date and long options with longer tenor, as volatility might be expected to go up.
Cool. So we have you might change your view into long volatility if the sentiment has changed. So so the competition has been around more than a week, around a week. So what is the to all of you as a participants and also as a leader, what is the biggest challenge for you guys in this competition? Yeah. How about you, AK?
Yeah, so for me, the biggest risk has always been large movements as I've been selling vol recently. So of course, the point of this competition is to rack up volumes. However, it will be pretty pointless if I'm making a loss on every trade. So I currently with this competition, my challenge is to actually hedge my delta and have to ensure that my shots are never going into in the money. If not, my margins will be messed up. So I've been watching that very closely, and if there is a need, I will reduce my position or add more on the opposite ends. So that's what I've been doing as well as this. When you reduce your position and you add more on the opposite ends, it helps to increase volumes as well. So this has been what I'm doing.
That's it seems that you don't really have a big challenge at all. Yeah, so what about your money? Did you have any challenge when it could be qualification, it could be how you achieve higher rank, or like what's your strategy or something around the market situation?
Okay, so as we know from the competition, it is very important to get as much volume as possible while not losing money, as the price might not be able to offset the loss. So the hardest thing is to be cautious before placing an order while getting as much volume as possible. So yeah, that's my take.
Cool. So the biggest challenge is actually around the rules. And yeah, what about you, Luke? As a team leader, maybe you are experiencing more different things other than other traders. So let us know. Maybe you can share what do you face in this week.
Yeah, the first thing first is that actually the English community of SignalPlus is not that big in comparison with the Mandarin community. So it's not that easy for a team leader to acquire enough team members. So that's my first challenge. And the second one is about the capital, because it's a pure trading competition of trading volume. So if you have more capital, actually you have more chance to win the game. That are the two difficulties I'm facing right now.
As there are many different types of competitions and different rules, it is very hard for me to find out a strategy that I can make the most out of the competition.
Yeah, it seems that the competition is still relatively easier for all the guests here. And yeah, so maybe we can go to some around your experience in the past when you're trading. I'm just wondering if you guys have ever get liquidated, and after that, if how did you get back from the loss? I mean, it could be something that you might feel very, very bad after liquidation, as you might have lost a bunch of money. And so why are you still, if you have got liquidated before, why are you still staying in this market afterwards? Let's start with Luke. Can you share your experience around maybe your biggest loss or your experience in getting liquidated? Luke?
Okay, for my case, of course I got liquidated, but it's not really a big amount, so it wasn't a really big deal for me, and also it's not that difficult for me to recover from it. So I also would like to learn the experience from others.
How about April? If you have any top experience in trading, it doesn't have to be options, it could also be futures.
Yes, as I was shortly involved at the end of 2022, when the market starts to rally in 2023, I got hit once and get liquidated. As I was still new at that time, I was not able to manage my risk properly. After that, I learned more about risk management, stayed cautious, and keep trading until now. And by the way, by joining the SignalPlus community, I find that there are many different traders actively sharing their own trading strategies and trading ideas, which inspire me a lot, as there are some strategies that I have not thought about it in the past.
Cool. It seems that risk management is still a very important factor, no matter what we're trading. And so, how about your money? What's your experience in the past about big loss or liquidation?
Like back in 2017, like I got liquidated like in the futures, and it was really a heavy loss for me. And it was like really tough that time, even the bear market, that as we all know, from like 2018 to all the way to like 2019, 2020. So it was like really tough. But like in options, like I haven't got like liquidated now. And since I'm like mainly buying options, so I recovered by being more safe when it comes to leverage trade. So options I found it like really good, and like seeing all those different strategy like all of you people use and the SignalPlus community. Like so I found it really better than the futures. So I'm more happy here than the futures trading. Now I'm not never going back to that.
Okay, cool. So how about AK? It seems that many of us have got liquidated. What about you? And if you have any like experience to be shared?
Yeah, for me, thankfully, I have not been liquidated before, but as I was saying in 2022, all the cryptos, all the altcoins that I was holding all evaporated to zero. So that's basically that. But when it comes to options, when you long your options, the most you can lose is your premiums. So I was quite wary about that. For the opposite side, for let's say when you short, then I was always very wary. I was always very scared. So I tend to try to manage my risk properly and ensure that I won't reach liquidation. Yeah.
So it seems that you are very cautious and very safe from the beginning, so that you haven't had any bad experience on liquidation. That's a very good, and yeah, all from the guest, we all know that risk management is very important, and also you should learn more about what you're trying to do before we really enter a trade. Also, when we're trying to get more volume, it's very important to look at the margin ratio to make sure that the position is at a safe, it's safe currently. And yeah, so talking about after talking about the competition, let's talk about the crypto market as a whole. As we know, the options trading volume is still quite low comparing to what we see in the futures market or even spot market. And so, what do all of you think about the option market in crypto in the future? Is it like, are we reaching the max of it, or is it still growing? Or yeah, so what do you think about the market? Luke?
I believe it's still growing because the penetration of crypto is still quite low in comparison with the internet or other like high tech. So because actually I lived in Latin America for almost 1 year. Last year in Argentina and Mexico, and I know that people use crypto in their daily life. They can make payment by crypto. They can actually scan their mobile phone to make the payment by with their stable coins or with their PC directly because their fiat currency is super and stable in those countries. Yeah, I think the penetration of crypto is at least more than 50%. In most of other countries, we see China, Hong Kong, or some Asian countries, Japan, Korea, they're still quite low. So the market definitely will go bigger and bigger with, of course, more regulations and rules at the same time. It's my view. Okay.
Yeah, so after the regulations, or like crypto has been very popular for a few years, many news or articles are talking about it. But what about the crypto options market? So currently it's still, yeah, I would say it's still quite small. So how do you view it in the future?
About the crypto options, of course, I believe the logic is the same. For the traditional option market, there are a lot of the regulations and the rules how to calculate the premium price. But in crypto option market, there are still no with the methodologies like that. So when the market grow more mature, I believe there will be more like a player joining the game with their expertise, and then make the market bigger and bigger.
Cool. So it seems that you're also quite positive to the options market. But what about you, AK?
Yeah, personally, I think that the crypto is here to stay. Options are here to stay. Like US, even Singapore, there's a lot of countries coming with CBDCs as well. And recently, Hong Kong just legalized retail trading for crypto. So for sure that there's gonna be way more adoption in the crypto market. And for options as well, OKX are trying very hard to push up options to traders like us, because honestly, there's a lot of benefits to options trading when it comes to risk management and maybe maximizing your profits. There's a lot of benefits to options trading by itself. And we are thankful that we have this competition to, let more people know about options trading itself. Yeah. So I believe in the future, as the market matures, there's definitely an increased adoption of options.
Yeah, so options as a instrument itself, as a part of derivatives, this category, it's indeed one of the most underrated instrument in crypto. So yeah, it is possible that there will be more adoption in terms of crypto options in several different areas, such as maybe hedging or different types of more advanced trading products. Yeah, so what about you, April? What do you think about the future of options in crypto?
As we can see in the traditional finances market, many traders are now trading the 0 days until expiration options. And these options volumes has once plus surpassed the derivatives. I believe that this will also happen in the crypto market, as traders will be looking for more flexible and advanced trading tools.
Yeah, so lastly, what's your view around the options market in the future, Money?
So yes, I think it's still like it's evolving, and like before all we used to do was just like futures, but now like all of a sudden like a new wave is coming, and like people are moving to those options, and they are beginning to learn about it, and the number of advantages it has. So yes, I'm like more optimistic about it, as it just takes a little bit time and efforts, and as we are all doing here, and the SignalPlus community is like doing a tremendous job. So yes, I'm optimistic about the future of options.
Yeah, cool, thanks. So let's hop to the last question in this session, maybe. So after a week of trading in this competition, any suggestion you have about the competition? Yeah, everyone, you can express some of your idea. Let's start with you, Man. Yeah, Luke.
Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe more criteria to compete. Right now, we only have a trading volume, so we can have like the TNL as the other like trading competition. Maybe there are separate trading competition with different price. We have like more things to compete.
Cool. What about you, AK?
Yeah, so one strategy I thought of to increase the trading volume while maintaining your risk is, I believe you can trade very far out of the money options for now, as vol is still quite low, and it's pretty rare for Bitcoin to have a big jump out of a sudden. So of course you have to manage your risk, take a look at your Vega, ensure that IV is not spiking up, because if it spike up, you will have to get in there and close your position quick. But as for right now, vol is still quite slow, and Bitcoin has been relatively flat. Yeah.
And I think it will be also very interesting if we can have competition based on the P&L. Yeah.
It seems that April and Luke are having same view around the competition. Yeah, and this is indeed something that we can consider in the next time when we're hosting similar competitions. So what about you, Money? Do you have any feedback or like, yeah, comments about the competition so that we can further improve in the future?
So yes, I go with like the April and the Luke. Like their take is like about the same thing, and and about the rest of the things, everything was like smooth interaction and everything, and the user interface. So I'm happy with all of the things. So yes, mm, yes, I'm going with like April and Luke, the same concern.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, thanks all the guests here. So once again, thanks every audience and AK, Money, Luke, and April joining this session to share all your experience and experience around options trading to all the audiences here. And so once again, as the King of Option Trading competition has been started for weeks, there are like around 3 more weeks left to win 115,000 USDT prize pool. Remember to join the competition as soon as possible so you can get a share of the total prize pool. And once again, thanks everyone for joining this session. And this is the end of this sharing session.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys. Thank you all of you.
Yeah. And yeah, thanks everyone for joining. And then we will just the